Oh, you fancy, huh?
Hello, welcome back to my YouTube. I'm JTZ. Today we're gonna do 3 different types of edges for those who need it. I have a lot of friends who have straight hair like me, or just not, curly hair, or just people that need to know how to do edges. And I get a lot of compliments on them and how I do them personally. So I'm gonna be giving you guys tips today because some of y'all need it. We're gonna do a middle part, side part, and ponytail. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for those who need it because sometimes it can get a little complicated. So shout out to Kiara and shout out to Joshua. I love y'all and I love y'all's style, and I hope this helps because y'all both asked me to do your edges and I kind of I didn't do it. So now I'm gonna teach you how to do it yourself. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's get to the video. Enjoy. First, you're gonna want to brush out all of your little baby hairs, and you're gonna want to part 2 pieces at the crown of your head. Put a finger down and swoop. When you put your finger down, it helps make that little curve. Then you're gonna want to section out a tiny piece of hair. Trust, you're gonna need this for later. Add some extra gel to make sure all the hairs stay in place. As you go, you're gonna want to put an extra piece, like a little blob of gel, to hold it down because as it dries up, it can get loose. And you want to just keep applying until it's set. No matter how shitty your swoop is, you can always redo it. And you can always try again to make sure they're all even. Once again, I went in with a little blob to hold it down. On this next swoop, we're gonna take out another little piece of hair. Again, this is for later to make little extra curls and detailing to make your edges more interesting. And then I went in with another little blob to hold it down. Make sure it's really on the scalp. Make sure you really feel it touch your scalp. That's when you know it's gonna hold it down. Then you're gonna do one behind your ear. We're not gonna do an extra curl because nobody's really gonna see that one little edge. Now we're gonna take something thin and pointy to make little curls. You don't have to use it. I use it sometimes for really small curls, but I do better with my fingers. You're also going to apply more gel to the little hairs so that they really stick, and so you can really move them around the way you want to. For this one, we're gonna make inward curls, and this is where it gets a little tricky, but you gotta be patient for this part, low-key. Right here, I'm going to blend in this piece of hair with the one swoop that I did so that you don't have to cut your hair and you can just blend it in and nobody really can tell. Again, another little curl, preferably inwards.
Tree time.
Once you finish both sides, make sure you hairspray that motherfucker down. And then boom, after a few crash shots, you a baddie. Now we're gonna do the side part. For this one, gel all of your ponytail down beforehand, and then after that, you're gonna wanna brush out your little baby hairs. Once you've done that, we're gonna make a big ass swoop. This one's gonna be thicker. Make sure you got that part real good, real nice and clean. This one is personally my favorite because it's quicker, it's easier, and it's less work. Good little hairstyle before you go to work. For this one, you're only gonna want 3 sections of hair to make swoops. you're gonna make this first swoop line up with that top piece of hair, so it kind of looks like it blends in the best you can. And you're also gonna put some extra gel and then stick that motherfucker on your face. Remember, hold your finger down to get that real good curl. Don't press too hard, don't put too lightly, or else you'll fuck it up. And you'll have to keep trying again until you get it right. For this one, we are gonna make a big curl at the bottom, at the whatchamacallit. You're also gonna section off a little piece of hair for some detailing, and then you're gonna start curling. Again, trials and tribulations. It's not easy, but this is the easiest way I do quick edges. If it won't stick as you go, before you're done with the curl, add more gel, like blobs of gel as you go, so that it just stays. Once you've got that one done, it's time to make the little tiny curl. You're gonna want to take another blob of gel, because it's probably dried out by now, and just start curling. At this part, I got a little tired of curling, so I cut that little tiny piece of hair off. I also wanted it to be cute and tiny, and my baby hairs are not that tiny anymore. For some reason, my baby hairs on the whatchamacallits are it's always the hardest one to do. It's always so difficult. My bad. Let me calm down. But again, just keep trying until you get it. If you see little hairs sticking out from the hair that you already gelled down, either take some tweezers and like add it to the twirl, or just restart again until you get it right. Practice makes perfect. And then boom, there you got it. You a baddie. And it didn't take too long after your hair sprayed down. Last but not least, we're gonna do the ponytail edges. This one's always gonna take more time because you have to make sure all of the edges are right, because your whole head is visible now. Everybody can see that big old forehead and that big old alien shaped head that you got. You're gonna want to section off one piece right in the middle of your head and swoop up. Usually I'd put a big ass curl, but we're not gonna talk about the Superman incident. Anyways, after you get that little swoop in, make sure you gel it down and secure it. Make sure you put some gel down, blend it in with the rest of your hair in the back, and section out a little piece for another detail curl. And after that, if you have a Benjamin Franklin hairline like me, you're gonna want to blend it in with that little bald spot on the side of your head that you don't tell nobody about. But with Rusties, you too can look like me. Ka-chow. After that, make sure you section out a little part for the next little curl. You may not be able to see it very well in the video, but there's a very tiny piece. Basically, in between each edge, you want to have a little section taken out for a tiny little curl detail. Now it's time to lube up those little baby hairs and curl them. The little baby curls for a ponytail style, I say you can do like whichever direction you want. I say like doing different directions the curls are going, it makes it look better. Again, I cut off a little piece because these are quick hairstyles, not ones you take time on. I don't got time for all that. And then you're gonna want to make that big ass curl on your whatchamacallits. Once you've done both sides, there you go. You a slick back baddie. Now people can't tell or not paying attention as much as how big your forehead is.